What's up, y'all? It's Annabelle with That Good Shit, and I am here with
Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal. Really great to meet you. I feel like when people say our names, like when we were walking in, this guy said, "I'll see you later, Hannibal," and like, I feel like our names sound a little similar.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, "Are you talking to me?"
Yeah, just the H off. Yes, that's it. It's
Yeah,
close.
Hannibal and Annabelle. So much of what I know about you and your career comes from your work in comedy. And so hearing that now we're in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, where you're opening your own music venue, I got to dig in a little bit more to like the side of you that's in music. And you really are like a very impressive multi-hyphenate. What does it mean to you to be opening your own music venue now in 2025 after the long journey you've had so far?
It's exciting. It's really, I'm hyped about it just because I enjoy music and shows. And so to be able to have a space that I can book the folks I want to see and I can also perform and rehearse and experiment and create in a space that I, have a history with, in a neighborhood I have a lot of history. It's really exciting. So it's been a while. It's taken a long time. Brick and mortar is really motivating because there's other, I got neighbors, there's other businesses, and so it's an ecosystem that we all are a part of. So I'm hyped to once folks are coming to the show, they're gonna go to other spots and discover other things. So yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped about it.
Yeah.
It's been the most I've thought about something consistent. It's wild to have something every day for more than a year that you're okay. I got to do what's going on with it. So it's been cool. But
Yeah.
it's a lot.
You invested a lot of time into it, and we're just about a month away from the grand opening now, which must feel insane. We're sitting here in the like halfway completed main room of the venue. There's also a front bar, and a lot of you, if you live in New York, might have been here before. This was formerly the Knitting Factory, and it's really cool to hear how you were telling me about how you kind of did the first shows here in 2009, way early on in the venue. Tell me about your relationship to the Knitting Factory and the history you've built here.
Yeah, I did. When Knitting Factory got the space in 2009, I did the first show with this band, La Savi 5. And so I was actually first performer on the stage. And then they asked me to host a comedy night. I had Sunday nights free because I was working at SNL. That was our only night off. And so I started doing a comedy night here. And that was fun. It was dope to book other comedians and build a show. It was cool to see something grow because it wasn't, I think our first show had a bunch of people, but then, it was ebbs and flows with it. And it'd be some shows that only had a few folks, but over time it just grew to being packed out, and there would be a line out there, and we started doing them in the main room, and a lot of great moments, a lot of great shows in this building. So, and that's what makes it weird to be in construction here.
Yeah.
Because I've done stuff here. So it's not like, I'm starting from scratch as far as the space. Where like, what is this going to be? Like, I know what this is. I've done it, so it makes it even like, damn, we need to get this shit open so it can get to, doing what's been done in here. It's taught me a lot of patience and just working on something with a longer lead time. And also it just it's giving me time to just think about how I want to operate and what, different ideas on programming and all the other aspects that you can work on while the construction is happening. So once we're in motion with that, it's going to be off to the races.
Yeah. What do you feel like are some lessons you learned from the Knitting Factory that you're going to carry forward into how you operate your venue now?
From doing my shows, consistency, doing something consistent and letting people know. As far as what I learned from the Knitting Factory, I talked to Morgan, he's the president of Knitting Factory, and so I asked him what he wished he did with the space, and he said he wished he activated the front bar more and had more events there. So I'm gonna make that a priority to make sure we have a lot of stuff in there. I want to have different industry nights for folks that work in the area and different mixers for everybody to talk and beat making workshops, all types of different things where people can learn and just keep an active calendar. I really want to just keep the space activated because it's New York, it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of different things you can do. So
Yeah.
I want to have, if we talk about it on a Saturday, I'd like to have 4 to 5 events in here, throughout the day, at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 6, 9, late night thing. a couple up there. So want to just have it be, be active and do a lot of different things, DJ nights, comedy nights, concerts, workshops, just keep it fun and busy.
Yeah, this seems like it could be a very flexible space used for so many different things. And like how special it is to have a space in a place like New York City and Brooklyn specifically, where there's so much community to be built, so many different modes of creativity to tap into, like you said, comedy nights, music, like art, whatever you can think of. So I'm really excited to see what it transforms into. What's like an iconic musical or like comedic moment that you experienced while being part of this venue in your time here so far?
It's a few. There's a few. Robin Williams came by. Rest in peace. He came by and killed it in the front room. One of the more iconic music moments, when I did my 30th birthday here, one of my friends was producing this thing called Hip Hop Karaoke, so they came through, and we, Questlove and Action Bronson were here. I was doing a song called Gibberish Rap, so I think I had somebody in a Mario costume and something else, and I was doing the song, rapping over the vocals, a lot of alcohol involved. It's a good night. Method Man came through and rocked Sundays one time, and he killed that shit. Yeah, it's a lot of good times. Gene Gray did dope shows here, Open Mike Eagle. Chance came through. Yeah, Chappelle's been through a few times, Rock. There's been a lot of dope shows here.
Yeah.
Excited to just keep building that, I didn't consider, the snowball effect of, how things work. Because it was sometimes, people would see somebody at a show here and then book them for an acting thing or book them for a television thing. So, that's cool that those things happen. But I didn't do it with that in mind. But now knowing that that's how, things can happen, I'm excited to just, introduce acts to people and curate and promote. Now I get to kind of really show people new stuff outside of just, sure, I can make a playlist or something, but it's nicer to be able to really, like, here's a show, here's what I, and then also put real effort around it and market it and all of that and get people to see something in real life. So that'll be a dope feeling to, I keep on saying,
Do they know?
Do they know? Do you know? But yeah, I'm hyped about that. Just, I like booking folks and when people discover something they haven't seen, it's exciting to see folks react and there's another one.
But yeah, I feel like a well-curated show can be a real catalyst to like making some of the greatest artists of a generation. Like you never know what could happen with who passes through your venue and the moments they have. So it's cool that you're already working with a venue that has been blessed by so many great artists and comedians, and it holds that energy, and now you can carry that forward. Who are some artists that you're loving right now that you would maybe love to book here once the venue is open?
We got a long list of folks. I want to get Thundercat in here. Smino. There's South African artist, Nandifa 808, who's confirmed for May 26th. He's a Mapiano producer. He makes amazing music. Lupe Fiasco, Chi-Town.
Hey.
Little Brother. Get the Roots in here.
Come on.
Flying Lotus in here.
Please do that.
Aaron Allen Kane.
The calendar for this place is going to be stacked.
We're sending out hella offers to folks. My hope is to get folks in and do 3 or 4 nights where they could play somewhere else and sell a bunch of tickets in the night, but they choose to come here because they like the sound. The sound system is going to be fire, and they like the experience, so they want to come through here and do 3-4 nights. Because if we get one of those type of bookings a month, where somebody does the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then we just have to set their shit up once and then we good. So that's that.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That makes it smooth for production. So
right.
I would love for it to become that spot where people say, oh, I wanna stretch out and just, yeah.
Get some nice residencies in here. Very much looking forward to that. Tell me about the sound system that you are building out for this venue.
Sound system is by Dragonfire Acoustics. They demoed the system in here and it sounded crazy. I can't speak in a technical way about sound. Mm-hmm. Planner, I don't know. It just sounded really great and clear, and it sounds the same in every spot of the room. But that was one thing I wanted to make sure was really on point. You can skimp on some things, but sound is a very important part of the experience. So I wanted to make sure that was on point, because that's what people want. That's why they, you got to give them some shit they can't get in the house. So
When you pull up to a venue and it has like awful sound and your ears are hurting, like you remember that shit. You know which venues you need to bring your earplugs to because it's just too much.
I'll leave. I leave. I get annoying sometimes. If I had a couple drinks and then I start going around to, hey, what's it?
Where's the sound guy? Bring me to him. We need to normalize everyone walking out of the venue when the sound guy fucks up to a certain level.
But then you find out it's not always the sound guy fucking up, or it's more layers to it than
There's
it
more
is
layers.
just.
It could be like the DJ up there has the knobs all fucked up. It could be the speaker. It could be a lot of things.
I was at one place. I won't say the venue, but it was a band, a great band. The sound wasn't. It just sounded muffled. I don't know. They had, it was a 4-piece, 5-piece, but it didn't sound right. But the opener, who just was 2-piece, it was a singer, and I think she might have had a drummer. She sounded pristine. Her shit was perfect. She rocked it. But then the band got on, and it sounded muffled. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is happening right now? This shit is bothering me. And I think because I was on shrooms, my shit was more tuned to it. So it was really bothering me. I'm like, this shit's not hitting. Because the sound, if it's really hitting, you're not even really aware of the sound when it sounds good. You're immersed in the experience. It was a place I played before. I'm going to the sound. What is happening? First, I'm testing different parts of the room. I say, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. So I was up front at first. I said, okay, maybe I'm just too close to it. I said, okay, I go by front of house. I'm like, okay, but front of house, no, this shit it don't sound right here. I said, let me go upstairs to the balcony and see how it sounds. Up here, I go up to the balcony. It sounded a little better, but it's still not there. And I'm bothering the house people. I've played there before, so I said, hey, what's up with the sound? They say, man, they brought their own sound guy. We was trying to help them. They say they brought their own guy. He don't know the room like that. And so I'm like, oh, man. And so sometimes it's stuff like that where the sound guy is not, it's not who you think it is, or it's other, sometimes ego gets involved. And that was illuminating for me. So
Yeah.
I want it to be, I want people to, when good sound, people stay longer, they kick it for a while. So you want it to be where, people don't want to leave until they have to.
Yeah, good sound is one of the most important parts of a venue for me personally. So excited to see that you're prioritizing that. Hannibal, I'd love to know what's like one of the best live shows you've seen in recent memory.
One of them was Salami Rose Joe Louis with Luke Titus opening at Zebulon in L.A. Luke Titus is a drummer, but he was doing his solo material, drumming and singing, and then he was drumming for Salami Rose Joe Louis also, and so because he was opening and then drumming for her, it was cohesive on the percussion side. So it was just kind of it was a seamless transition because the drummer was holding it together. So that was cool. I'll tell you, I went to one show that was unexpected at a venue in Chicago. It was an artist. I just found out, I just was looking to see sometimes I just go to stuff, see what's going on in town. And so it was somebody that had an interesting picture. And so I click one song. I said, this song is cool. Let me go check this out. She was a rapper, singer, But then I get on stage, I get into the venue, and on stage is a straight up noise band on. Like, and so I'm thrown off. And I think I came on the wrong day. I go back to the box office, to the ticket guy, like look at his iPad. I'm like, hey, am I at the wrong? He's like, no, today is the day. It was really jarring, and it was cold outside and slippery in Chicago that day, so it wasn't something where you could take a walk.
Yeah,
it was just, they were just, and then at the end, they kind of smoothed it out, ambient.
Calming it down at the end.
I'm glad I went though, just for that. That's why you go out, because some stuff is, everything not gonna be perfect or how you want it. But that was one where I said, okay, I was not expecting this noise band for that act.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It seems like you're someone who really appreciates a well-curated, thoughtful lineup where the flow makes sense. That sounds like a really cool experience seeing Luke open and then play for the band as well,
Yeah.
like hearing that sound stay the same. Luke's a good friend of ours, and we just did an interview with him about like his solo stuff, and he's super fucking talented.
Yeah.
So shout out to Luke Titus. We love him. What else are you listening to right now? What are some artists that you've been listening to a lot of recently?
Right now, I've been listening to a lot of three-step South African music. So Maloom's on decks, Nandify 808, Theology. But yeah, a lot of that. I've been listening to a lot of South African music because I like DJing it too.
Right.
One, because they make the songs 6 or 7 minutes long, so
You could hit that 2-minute transition real smooth and slow.
you can kind of, you got some time. Sometimes when you know, I love hip hop, but you spinning rap, you got to get ready
got it.
quick. You're like, oh man, I got to,
No, yeah, you got
gotta get
64
some-
bars of
yeah,
like.
oh shit, I gotta get him out of here. Or you gotta loop it or something. It just flows. You know, sometimes I don't want to hear words, or I want to hear words, but I don't want to know what somebody's saying because it's good to just focus. Dabo, Tonic, Delayla Tutskin, Dark. Let's see what my on repeat says. Dago and Kylie Tatum. I want to book them too. They out of the UK. I want to get a dope event with them. They both amazing producers and musicians.
Okay, got a little look into Hannibal's library. Not only are you an incredibly talented comedian, rapper, venue builder, and owner, you're also a DJ. What is your number one favorite song to play in the club right now?
Lately, it's been Tekka. This song Tekka by Maloom's on Decks. It's a song I've been playing twice in a set. It just people just go crazy for it. I remember first time I heard it, I was like, what the hell is it? Every time I play it, people are like, what is this? It got great progressions, great drops in there. It's chill, but it got a lot of energy at the same time. Yeah, it's an awesome song.
And what is the best DJ set you've ever seen?
I won't say ever. I just have recency bias, and
Okay.
so I, can't access all of my memories right now. But I can tell you in the past.
Okay, from recent.
From recent, Niara Sterling at Silo, Brooklyn recently. She had a great set that just had a lot of momentum, and it was just a lot of energy. Everything was flowing. Ramon Pang at Scenario in LA. His set was crazy because he was playing a lot of his music and a lot of his he had a lot of drops, but the drop doesn't come in when you expect it. Mm-hmm. He has a way of producing, and that's where you don't, or at least how he was spinning, where the drop was not telegraphed a bunch of times, where it was like, whoa, you couldn't believe how the drop came in. So that was a crazy set. It's very memorable. We want to hopefully have a version of Scenario here, maybe monthly or something like that. But he has a great ear and great finger on the pulse of the LA beat scene.
Well, again, I'm so excited to see this venue come together. I'm excited to see the impact it's going to make on just like the music and like live show community out here in general.
Yeah.
Really excited to see the programming and everything you've put together. I know we've pretty much spent the whole interview talking about the venue, but for my last question, if you could look at our audience real quick and give them the 30-second elevator pitch of what is your venue, what are you doing here, and why should they come?
Isola is, first of all, you should come through because for a multitude of reasons. One, just trust me, trust me.
Trust him.
Trust me, come through. It's gonna be great shows. The sound system is gonna be fire. It's a great location. The train is right there and right there.
Right there.
And right there.
It's literally everywhere.
It's 3-4 trains right over there. There's food right there. There's food over there. There's food across the street. It's a bodega over there. You need to go to that bodega and across the street and tell him the place is open. He'll know when it's open. But whenever I go over there to grab something to drink, when the club opening, man? It's soon, man, soon. But also, you'll know when it's open because you work at the bodega across the street. You'll know exactly when the club is open. Yeah, but come through. It's gonna be a good time. I'm booking stuff I want to see and hear. Why would I put in all this time and money to book terrible shows? It would be such a waste.
It would be. Fire. Well, Hannibal, thank you for giving us a preview of your venue. Super excited. Anything else you'd like the people to know?
That's it. Go to isolabrooklyn.com, get tickets, and yeah, come through. We gonna do some cool stuff in here, so come through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.